Yesterday morning at about 2 a.m., a shooting took place at the area between Cookout and Hibachi Grill parking lots. During the shooting, a 16-year-old was struck in the leg by a bullet after leaving Cookout. Police aren't releasing the identity of the victim because the victim is a juvenile, according to Police Chief Jimmy Dixon. Authorities don't think that there is a threat to the general public and that the suspect or suspects aren't affiliated with Clemson University, again, according to Chief Dixon. The victim was taken to the hospital in a personally owned vehicle, treated, and released. The shooting is being treated as an attempted murder, and police are asking anyone with information to call 1-888-CRIME-SC or 1-888-274-6372.
Earlier this week, Clemson was named as the 8th healthiest college in America by Greatest Health and Fitness. The 75 fun fitness classes that Fike Recreation Center offers each week and the campus's emphasis on outdoor activities certainly promote healthy student lifestyles. Clemson's top ranking as one of the happiest college campuses likely goes hand in hand with this new healthy label.
Last year, a herd of 40 goats was released into the woods in an area adjacent to Honeycutt Creek for 56 days. We all saw them, mocked them, and wondered who put them there and what they were doing. Turns out that these goats, immune to poison ivy, oak, and even thorns, have been acting as a pest control for invasive plants next to Honeycutt Creek. Clemson Extension Water Resources Specialist Cal Sawyer stated that the plants are like candy to them. Last year was merely a trial, but with very successful results. The plant species have definitely reduced their hold on the creek, and 3 species were eliminated from the area entirely. With those results, a new herd has been brought in and is currently eating away at some uninvited plants at an upstream site on campus in order to prevent further spread downstream. This year's goal is to have them clear 7 whole acres.
President Clements has focused on promoting campus diversity for the past few months. Last Tuesday, President Clements announced the appointment of a Diversity Advisory Council to provide guidance and strategies to the executive staff and administrators. The president is hoping that this team of about 20 individuals can make a positive impact on campus and the surrounding Clemson area. Now Austin has your sports news for the week.
Overcome a 21-13 deficit to pull away 35-27 in Taj Boyd's second career start back in 2011. The Terriers' triple option offense should be a good test to prep the Tigers for their October 10th matchup against Georgia Tech, who also runs the triple option. The Tigers will be led by sophomore quarterback Deshaun Watson. Watson, who is returning from an ACL injury, looks to improve on his 1,466-yard, 14-touchdown effort from last season. Kickoff is at 12:30.
Thanks, Austin. A new study from Clemson indicates that human trafficking may be much more established in South Carolina than one may think. The study reveals that it's no longer just an issue of smuggling and illegal migration. It mostly encompasses forced labor of minors that are a result of kidnappings. The study's leader hopes that this new research will be the tipping point to addressing the severity of the problem in South Carolina that was lacking supportive data before this study.
BMW, longtime supporter and known investor of programs here at Clemson, has recently added another 2 programs to their list of gifts to the university. The $50,000 each programs are called Call Me Mr. and the German language programs. The Mr. in Call Me Mr. actually stands for Mentors Instructing Students Toward Effective Role Models. The program's goal is to increase the pool of diverse teachers, especially in South Carolina's lowest performing schools. Student participants will be provided with tuition assistance, academic support, and job placements while pursuing careers in teaching education. The German language program is an opportunity to study German in Germany. It provides weekly opportunities to engage in the German culture and teach students the language. These are only the most recent in BMW's contributions since 2003, and there are about 93 Clemson alumni currently employed by BMW.
Clemson University's Musser Fruit Research Center is receiving high praise for its progress in extending the life of peach trees by using new planting techniques. The farm houses more than 350 varieties of peach trees that are being tested specifically for South Carolina environments. Local pathologists have noted that the volume of the research being performed at Clemson is very impressive and will ultimately help commercial growers feed the world. In other news, Freddie has the movies you should watch.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to Showtimes. I'll cover all your movie news that you need to know. I've got movies from Redbox to Netflix and Amazon to the latest to hit the theaters. Redbox hasn't got anything new this week, and that's no good. Netflix also has bad news, which is a bad split up with movie giants Epix, which means a bunch of good movies are getting pulled, such as Hunger Games: Catching Fire and Transformers. Those movies, along with many others, will be moving over to Hulu, presumably Hulu Plus. There are a few movies to fill in the gap this month, though. For the classic lovers, Lawrence of Arabia will be making its return to the streaming service. The Rambo trilogy will also be hitting Netflix tomorrow. Amazon Prime has a couple movies too if you have the service. One of the breakthrough found footage horrors, Blair Witch Project, hits tomorrow. And for your Throwback Thursday, you can catch Stuart Little. In theaters, there isn't anything notable coming out this week again, but there are a couple movies out which are ones you don't want to miss. Still at the top of the charts, Straight Outta Compton. Then there's Mission Impossible, which is worth your time if you just want a movie to go and see. That's all for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and come back next week for more movie news. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Freddie. As of Saturday, 3 of Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush's fundraising consultants have left the campaign voluntarily. Sources speculate that these exits are the result of differences in personalities and lack of strength in the campaign. Once a fundraising frontrunner, Bush's poll numbers have steadily declined since Donald Trump entered the race in mid-June.
Last Friday, a police officer in Houston, Texas, was shot and killed by a man at a gas station. The victim, Deputy Darren Goforth, was shot in the head by Shannon Miles and then shot 14 more times after Goforth's body hit the ground. There was no confrontation or struggle. Miles simply walked behind the deputy, put a gun to his head, and killed him. Miles drove away in a red Ford Ranger and was soon found in a home with his mother and brother. He has cooperated with the police so far, but his attorney, Devin Anderson, refuses to comment on a possible motive. This is the 23rd execution of a police officer in the United States this year.
This past Saturday marked the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina's devastating effects from New Orleans to Mobile, Alabama. Residents remembered the Gulf Coast tragedy with prayer vigils and times of mourning for more than 1,800 people killed in the storm. The New Orleans mayor praised the city for its strength and resiliency, saying that we will rise again and we will go forward.
Since the shooting of the 2 reporters last week in Virginia, the ever-growing concept of gun control has gained more attention. Among the supporters is father of Virginia shooting victim Andy Parker. Andy Parker, father of Allison Parker, says that he wants to see tightening of loopholes in gun laws and wants to make sure that the shooting of his daughter, among other recent shootings, remain in the focus of the media. Parker says that these shootings usually grab the nation's attention for a few